Well, folks, the new year is upon us, and let me wish you a happy 2020. And even though it is an artificial, someone said a counterfeit new year, and it really is, it still offers an opportunity to be a point of demarcation as we watch a um, Bible college ad start off the Christian Whistleblower show, which is always funny. I love to see Bible colleges wasting their money. So I hope they have more and more ads on this channel. But the pseudo new year, the faux new year, the synthetic new year, it still gives us a nice point to set as a point of demarcation. It gives us a point of saying, okay, let me make some decisions. Let me make some changes. Let me take a reevaluation. Let me do a checkup from the neck up. Some of us need a checkup from the heart up, only that doesn't rhyme quite as well. And it's a good opportunity to take a look at yourself and to get serious about your unindoctrination. And I myself have taken the opportunity to do that today and over the past couple of days, do a review, do a conciliation of everything, and just begin to think about what is going on, what I'm doing, and what I should be doing. And I've begun to realize, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a hell of a background. I just got to say, I love that one. My Photoshop skills are improving, ladies and gentlemen. And I realized that I have been far too nice and far too humble for far too long. I'll let the laughter die down, allow you to get the tears out of your eyes and work the cramps out of your sides. But I've been far too nice and far too humble for far too long. That changes today. That changes today. I am not going to be Mr. Nice Guy anymore. I'm not going to be Mr. Humble Guy anymore. It is time to lock and load, time to rock and roll. Lock and load, wall to wall, treetop tall, coast to coast, border to border, red hot and rolling. You ain't seen nothing yet. Because I realized not only have I been too nice, not only have I been too humble for too long, I realized that this is so important, ladies and gentlemen. I had to write it down on paper because it was coming to me and I didn't get a chance to put it up for a note. So you'll have to deal with me looking at the paper a little bit. But I've come to realize that this is likely the most important channel on YouTube. I am the best in the world at what I do. I'm the only one in the world that does what I do, and what I do is exactly what the world needs in 2020 and moving forward. No more too nice, no more too humble. This is the most important channel on YouTube. I am the best in the world at what I do, the only one in the world that does what I do. And what I do is what the world needs most of all right now. Somebody says what the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, it doesn't. What the world needs now is a good ass kicking. And we're here to provide it. And the reason why I'm the best in the world at what I do, the reason why this YouTube channel is the most important YouTube channel on the platform is because, ladies and gentlemen, my give a damn is busted. All of them are busted, and all of them are thoroughly busted. I have no damns to give. I have no F's to give. Absolutely, positively, none of them. And this is the problem of all the other YouTubers. They still have damns to give. They still have F's to give. And I'm the only one. I'm the only one that is not saddled with beliefs of some sort or another. You look at these other YouTubers, every other YouTuber that I know of, and maybe I'm wrong. It's possible I was wrong once, or at least I thought I was. Well, it turned up I was mistaken, but I'm the only one that is not saddled with any beliefs at all. All these other YouTubers, I'm quoting, I believe the Bible. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. I don't believe the Bible, but I believe Yeshua. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. I believe in the ancient, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe in Yeshua, but I believe in the ancient text. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. I believe in Fox Mulder. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. I believe in science. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. I believe in NASA. That's a belief. You're saddled. I'm not. The time has come in our journey to stop believing. Some of you that are intelligent got that very witty turn of phrase. The time has come in our journey. Don't stop believing. The time has come in our journey to stop believing and to stop believing in anything. The time has come to ask questions and question answers. Belief of any type, belief of any kind, belief of any fashion prejudices you. It prejudices you. And I'm going to show you why. I made this little sign before we got started, and watch this. Everyone that believes, whenever you believe, there's a lie in the middle of it. Whenever you believe, there's a lie in the middle. Whatever you believe in, there's a lie in the middle of it. Whatever you believe in, there's a lie in the middle of it. Whatever you believe in, there's a lie in the middle of it. Look at it. Don't debate me. Don't question it. Whatever you believe, there's a lie in the middle of it. Think about that for a minute. Belief is the enemy of objectivity. Belief is the enemy of investigation. Belief is the enemy of open-mindedness. Belief is the enemy of impartiality, of discovery, of inquiry. And belief is the enemy of advancement. If you believe in ascension, it's the enemy of ascension. Everyone else wants something to believe in, and that's poison. And that's another one of those witty references. Everybody else wants something to believe in, not this guy. I'm purging myself of all beliefs because I'm purging myself of all cognitive dissonance. I'm purging myself of all beliefs because I'm purging myself from all confirmation bias. When you turn on this channel, you get a real researcher. When you turn on this channel, you get a real investigator. When you turn on this channel, you get somebody that knows based on evidence and research and doesn't believe in a damn thing. My give a damn is busted. I've got no F's to give. And that's what makes me the best in the world at what I do. That's what makes me the only one in the world at what I do. And that's what makes this the most important channel on YouTube. Everyone else wants something to believe in, and that's poison, not this guy. All of our other conspiracy theory channels, truther channels, alternative media channels, whatever you want to call them, all other conspiracy theorists have beliefs, and those beliefs keep them from seeing the core of all modern conspiracy. Beliefs keep you and every other person that is affiliated with this genre, it keeps them from seeing and understanding the core of all conspiracy. And worse than that, it makes you a part of the core of all modern conspiracy. It's not a book. See, it's my writing. I didn't get a chance to transcribe it. So at best, all the other channels only see one side of the dual core of all conspiracy. And of course, it's a duality. Of course, the core of our enslavement, the core of all conspiracy against us, of course, it's a duality. Of course, it's a duality. And because of believing, all other conspiracy theorists can at best only see one side of the dual core of all modern conspiracy. And all other conspiracy theorists, conspiracy scientists, conspiracy investigators, whatever they call themselves, they're all cowards. I told you no more Mr. Nice Guy. I told you no more Mr. Humble. They're all cowards. And they're all cowards because they won't face the true issues openly. They won't face the true issues honestly, and they won't face the true issues thoroughly. They won't face both sides of the dual nature of all modern conspiracy. They won't face it honestly, they won't face it openly, and they won't face it thoroughly. Why? Because of their beliefs, ladies and gentlemen. Because of their beliefs. The core of modern conspiracy, are you ready for it? The core of modern conspiracy is Roman government and Roman religion. That's the core of all modern conspiracy that we face. Every single conspiracy on every single channel, on every single platform that ever gets talked about is from one side of that dual core. It's either from Roman religion or Roman government. And think about this, ladies and gentlemen. What's the two things that we're always told, oh, don't talk about? What are we told not to talk about? Don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics, right? Why do you think they don't want us talking about religion? Why do you think they don't want us talking about politics? Because when we talk about them, we start to think about them, and and if we start to think about them, anybody with more than 18 to 21.7 active brain cells, once they start thinking about politics, once they start thinking about religion, they realize, oh, these are two sides of the same coin. This is a dual core of everything that's against us. That's why they don't want you thinking about politics. That's why they don't want you thinking about religion. And they certainly don't want you talking about it, ladies and gentlemen. And conspiracy theorists refuse to see this real problem. And that makes them a part of it. They'll talk only about one side of the problem, and they'll ignore the other, and they will refuse the obvious correlations. That's what makes them cowards. All of these people that want to talk about how bad the government is, the NSA, the CIA, the ATF, the IRS, the Fed, they want to talk about how bad the government is. And yet they want to talk Jesus out the other side of their mouth, which is what? Roman religion. Jesus said through Paul that you've got to love the religion. You got to love the government. The government's put there by God. You're a coward. You're a liar. You want to talk to me about how bad the government is, how bad politics are, how we shouldn't vote, and how I'm a bad person because I vote, and yet you want to talk to me about a Roman Jesus and about a Bible that says that you've got to listen to the government? You, sir, are a coward and a liar. You, ma'am, are a coward and a liar. You refuse to see the dual core of all modern conspiracy because you still believe. I am not afflicted with that ailment any longer. And maybe that's why I'm the best at what I do. Maybe that's why I'm the only one in the world that does what I do. Who else do you know spent 20 years in the cabal, who spent 20 years in the depth as a licensed professional minister, in the depth of the political side or the religious side of the dual conspiracy? Who else do you know that's been a delegate to one of the national conventions of the major parties, that's been in the inner sanctums of the other side of the dual conspiracy? I know one. His name's Jeffrey Daugherty. 20 years minister, Bible college graduate, political insider. Bible college graduate. Didn't read the Bible once or twice. Didn't take one or two classes. Bible college graduate. 20-year professional minister. Political insider. I know both sides of the core like nobody else does. And I'm the only one I know that's got clean of both sides and is willing to be a whistleblower on both sides of the dual core of modern conspiracy. That's what makes me the best at what I do. That's what makes this the most important channel on YouTube. And I want to tell you why. Because if you still have beliefs, you've still got a lie in your core. Because you know what beliefs do? If you still believe, you are predispositioned to look towards authority. Well, I believe the Bible, so I've got to believe that there's a God up there that has final decisions about what I say. And he wrote them in a book that is at least 2,000 years old with dubious beginnings, dubious and multiple changes, and yet you still believe it. You believe a book written by Rome, altered by a homosexual king, changed thousands of times, but yet you believe it. You've got a lie at your core. And it prejudices everything else that you do and makes you unqualified to help us. If you still believe you have a predisposition to believe in holy books and holy texts, how many times have I heard very smart people say, well, all the ancient texts say, so what? Well, the Sumerian text says, and the Babylonian text says, and the Vedas say, and the Old Testament says, and the old Dead Sea Scrolls say, even the new Dead Sea Scrolls. All these texts say the text. Just because all the stories that controllers have been telling, since controllers have been telling stories, just because they line up with each other, doesn't mean they're right. It means they've all been selling the same story for a long time, and they don't like us anymore then they like us now. All the controllers and all their manifestations have always told the same story, and you want to believe it because somebody scratched it on a clay tablet long ago. Not this guy. Not this guy. Just because Mother Goose, Aesop, and Grimm agree Doesn't mean that I'm going to believe the fairy tales. They also, if you have a belief, it predispositions you to believe that the truth is out there. We can find the truth out there somewhere. Fox-Mulder syndrome. Truth isn't out there. Truth is in here. It also causes you, if you have beliefs, to be acceptant of this idea that we have inherent flaws. Pick your sky fairy. They made our DNA and they made us to be dispositioned to be slaves. So poor us, we need another sky fairy to come save us, or we need another book dictated by sky fairies to save us. But Jeff, they all say we were DNA altered. Of course they all say you were DNA altered. Jeff, they all say that we were spliced to be slaves. Of course they all say that. The Anunnaki wants us, Sitchin and that crowd wants us to believe that our DNA was tampered, so we are predispositioned to be slaves. The Christians want us to believe that we've got original sin, which makes us flawed. The people that wrote the Babylonian text and the Sumerian text and all the other texts are just as big of liars as the people that wrote the Hebrew text and the Greek texts. And you're stupid, a special kind of stupid, if you want to tell me, oh, all the ancient books say it, so it's got to be true. What the hell is wrong with you? You're smarter than that. Having belief predispositions you to the taming of your divinity, your sovereignty, and your freedom. Having a predisposition towards belief keeps you with a predisposition towards fearing sexuality and the power that it brings. This is big stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is powerful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And if we go back, no, I'm not going to go down that road. Jeff, this is so hard. Yeah, it is hard. Jeff, this is so narrow. Yeah, it is narrow. But it's true. You can't, and I know it's like, if you believe in a flat earth, then you can't think and research about anything outside of that. And if you believe in a round earth, you can't believe or research anything outside of that. You know what I believe? I believe we haven't been told the truth. And that is the only thing that you can safely believe, is that you've not been told the truth. You don't know it all, and we need to keep searching. That's the only belief we should have. And even then, we shouldn't, because you don't have to believe that. You know that. It's a surety. There's no doubt that what we've been told isn't true. There's no doubt that we don't know everything. And there's no doubt that there's a lot more for us to discover. And Martin and Heidi 13:13:13 says, I only believe what I see for myself. Well, yes and no. I believe what I see until I see something else that shows me what I saw before isn't correct. That's why I don't believe anything. I don't believe what I see for myself. I know based upon what I've seen and studied, touched, felt, read, investigated. I know based on this that is true. But if I read something else, discover something else, learn something else, then it's easy for me to say, oh, now I know this because I know more now than I knew then. But if you've got a belief, oh, you can't change a belief. You're changing your beliefs. You're giving up your beliefs. Oh, that's so horrible. We're so conditioned. Oh, you're giving up your faith. You're giving up your beliefs. Can't you see, folks? Can't you see? It's so plain. Everything you believe has a lie right in the middle of it. And the lie is that it's true and you can stop looking. Don't believe anything. I used to believe that the Bible was true. But now I know that it's not because of study that shows that Rome wrote it to keep us under a fear and guilt blood magic control matrix. I used to know I used to believe a lot of things. But then when I began to know things, I understood why belief is so dangerous. If you believe something, these are my beliefs, it's very, very hard for you to change them. But if you know something based upon evidence, and then you know more evidence, no big deal. You can change that because it's based on knowing more. But beliefs put you in a box. Boxes are built with beliefs. Paradigms are built with beliefs. And if you have any beliefs, then you're not a truther. If you have any beliefs, you're not a person of the investigative nature. Stop believing and start knowing. Stop believing and start knowing. And I cannot think of one other channel on YouTube that doesn't have some core belief. And most of it goes back to the Bible. We believe the Bible. We will study. We will investigate the hell out of the government. We will investigate the hell out of the financial system. We'll investigate the hell out of cultural issues, but we cannot investigate the Bible. Why? Because we believe it's the Word of God. You believe it's the Word of God, so you won't study it. You won't subject it to investigation. You that believe in the flat earth, you used to believe in the round ball, the globe ball. Just like you believe in the Bible now. You were wrong about the globe ball. What if you're wrong about the Bible? Those of you that used to believe in the flat earth, you believed in the flat earth. Now you don't. And you believe in the Bible. What if you're wrong about the Bible like you were wrong about the flat earth? You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm the only one in the world that does what I do. I'm the best in the world at what I do. And this is the most important channel on YouTube because we are belief free. This is a belief free zone, 100%. This is not the belief zone. This is not, belief and faith are a lazy man, a lazy woman's excuse for not spending enough time to know. Belief and faith are a lazy person's excuse for not doing the work to know. Somebody write that down. That's some really good stuff. Okay, Jeff, so where do your morals come from? Oh, you mean I've got to believe in a sky daddy that kills women, kills children, rips babies from their mother's womb, killed every other firstborn in Egypt, gonna put 99% of everybody that he ever created in hell. I've got to believe in that to have morals? What kind of morals can come from that, Mitchell Pinnell? What do my morals come from? My morals come from this, from me knowing that I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free. My morals come from me knowing that I've got the spark of divinity in me. And oh yeah, if I've got that in me, that means you've got that in thee. If I'm divine, sovereign, and free, that means that you've got the potential to be divine, sovereign, and free. If I've got the spark of divinity within, it means you got the spark of divinity within. And because of that, I should treat you with respect. I should treat you with courtesy. And I have peace about that. And it's peace that passes all understanding. And they drop some diamonds in there. I don't have to understand why you do the weird stuff you do. Because I know that you got the spark of divinity in you, and you do you and I do me. I don't have to understand why you look the way you do, act the way you do, talk the way you do, worship the way you do. I don't have to worry about that. That's where my morals come from. Where do your morals come from? And let me say this. If your morals come from something that some sky daddy said in a book, and your morals are based on something else that somebody wrote on paper, then they're not your morals, and you still haven't found any, cousin. Did I mention no more Mr. Nice Guy? Did I mention no more humble? This is as real and as plain. Where do we get that divine spark? From the divine. From the divine. It's just that simple. Let's run through the chat room, and we don't have time to read everybody's name. We appreciate everyone that's here. We don't have time to read everybody's comment. We appreciate everyone that comments, but we're at the place now that we can only read the ones that are most that are, number one, on the subject, and number two, that are the best of the comments on the subject. So let's run through the chat room and see what people have to say. Somebody says, crack that whip. We're going to do that. What else we got here? Tracy says, believing is awkward when you move timelines. Yeah, and all of a sudden the things you used to believe aren't true anymore. That's why you can just know. I know, based upon what's going on in this timeline, that is true. But if I am on another timeline tomorrow, then this may not be true. And I know that I'm going to have to reevaluate. You can, if you just know, you can reevaluate. But if you believe, oh, it's a big crisis now, you're changing your beliefs. You're changing your beliefs. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? Oh, Jeff, you're spot on, says Ophelia. Thank you so much. A lot of 80s references. Music, says Artie. He's right on that. Maybe Pyle, belief is the enemy of knowing. Tracy Dyer says, when I see people talk about who they follow or don't follow, that makes me think they're sheep. Only because they are, Tracy. Only because they are. Who do you follow? Well, nobody. I listen to some people. I watch some people, but I don't follow nobody. Vray, I think their name is Vray Lemaire, says, I believe we're getting somewhere. Thank you. I do too. I do too. Let's see. If you remove the lie, then you got Beeve. Whoever she is and has the truth, we got to find her. Eve, be Eve. Ooh, be Eve. When you remove the lie, you be Eve. And what is Eve? Eve is the origin of all life. So get rid of the lies and get back to the origin of life, the be Eve. How about that? Will you study the occult? What is the occult? The occult means that which is hidden. I'm in the occult business, cousins, and that business is a booming. That's all I do is study the occult. That's all I do is study the occult. What else we got? What else we got? We're moving out of this realm, says Karen. I hope so. Yeah, Richie makes a great point. He says the Q peeps will turn on you quick when you question Jesus. You know, it frustrates me to no end. We can investigate the government. We can investigate the financial system. We can investigate culture. We can investigate society. But don't you dare investigate the Bible. Don't you dare subject the Bible to the same rigors of investigation that every other thing is subject to in this so-called truth or realm. It ain't a truth or realm. And you ain't as woke, nearly as woke as you think you are, if you can't subject some dusty book written by Romans, heavily edited by a gay king, and changed so many times that it doesn't even resemble what it originally was. And you're telling me that that can't be investigated. I'm telling you that you can go straight to hell. Get off of my computer, because I got no more time for such stupidity. I think I made myself clear on that. Mad sheep disease is very strong, Tracy. Abso-damn-lutely. Let's see. Jesus is the insurance plan. They'll let you wake up just enough to sell your soul and come back for more. Absolutely. Boom. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Mona, if you had discernment, all the books are really like Donald Duck. There's only one book for each of you, your own book. I don't know what that means. Well, Mother Goose says, yeah, the Sumerian text says, and the Babylonian text says, and Mother Goose says, Aesop's fables clearly says right here, Grimm's fairy tales clearly state. It's the same thing. When you say to me, the Sumerian text state, I hear Mother Goose says. When you say to me, the Babylonian text clearly shows, I hear Aesop's fables say. And I'm not the crazy one or the stupid one. You are. You think that these books written by controllers, all singing the same tune, means it's true? I can't even begin to describe how stupid that is. I can't even begin to describe how stupid that is. They will find evidence to believe their own lies, says Joe Montoya. Absolutely. They're very clever control freaks, says Karen. Absolutely. Glad you caught alive, Brittany. Thanks to Jeff, we're not on the train of the slaughterhouse anymore. Thanks to you listening to something that I said, you're not on the train of the slaughterhouse anymore. You can't give me credit and you can't give me blame. I'm the mailman. You don't blame the mailman if he brings you a bill. You don't praise the mailman if he brings you a check. He's the mailman. That's all I am. I'm the best mailman in the world. I'm the only mailman that does what I do in the world, but I'm still just the mailman. Pat yourself on your back. Take credit for your own advancement, because I just brought you to water you drank. I just brought you to objective truth you decided to thank. Let's see. Belief is negative. Absolutely 100% negative. Belief leaves room not to believe. Really? How easy is it for anyone you've ever seen to change their beliefs? Not very. That's why I think beliefs are what boxes are built of. Beliefs are what paradigms are built of. This is a really good comment from Street King. Start with Occam's razor. And for you Christians out there, Occam's razor means the simplest explanation is almost always right. And if you start with Occam's razor and research from there, fun twists and turns can be expected. I like that, Street King. That's a great way to look at things, in my opinion. But see, it's just an opinion. Opinions are like feet. Everybody has at least two, and most of them stink. Let's see. I'm very visual, says Critical Thinker. Okay, cool. Cool. People getting off track, but that's okay, because we'll just pretend like they didn't say nothing. Forefront, thank you for the super chat. Roman core tactic is trauma-based mind control. Control us through trauma. I agree. 9/11, PSYOPs, the biggest one is tricking us to cut down our own genitals. That's a pretty big one. Forefront, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the constructive and thoughtful comment. I appreciate it very, very much. Mitchell Pinnell says, so we are animals. How do you listen to what I've said today and then say, so we are animals? Mitchell, I know that you are really suffering right now from cognitive dissonance. I know that you're really suffering from some spiritual Stockholm syndrome, but I also know you're here. And you wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't still be here if there wasn't something tugging at the inside of you saying, this guy's right. I know you don't like it, but this guy's right. So I hope you stick around long enough to get enough to make you actually realize that there's a lie in the middle of everything you believe, and will inspire you to go on beyond belief to knowing. But I know you're here, and I know you're still here, and I know there's a reason. The question is, will you be able to hear enough soon enough? And only Mitchell Pennell can answer that one, ladies and gentlemen. Where do we go after this life? Why don't you worry about this life first and then worry about where you go after? Because you're not there yet, Mitchell. You are not there yet. Let's see. What did Tracy say to him? Oh, yeah. Please don't pray for me. Please don't pray for me. Interesting stuff. Interesting comments here, ladies and gentlemen. Free enterprise. I've had some preliminary success in securing consciousness outside the matrix. Excellent. Let's find out where we go next. That's what we're all about. I don't really so much care about where I'm going next. I care about having a choice of where I go next. And here we go. We have to have the we have to have the persistent, ubiquitous, Christian-esque troll. Today it's Oli Buttum. The Easterns and the Asians are about the way to enlightenment. Then Jesus comes and says he is the way. Oh, my mistake. I thought this was a Jesus thing. No, you're exactly right. And I apologize, Oli Beatum. We are looking for a way, but there is nobody that is the way. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you so much. My knowing has been destroying the paradigms of my friends around me. Well, bye. Where we go next doesn't matter. It's another distraction from keep you from dealing with now. Exactly. Because it doesn't matter. And that's another out there thing. Where do I go after this? It's the wrong question. Because if you've got this taken care of, divine, sovereign, free, know who you are, know what you are, then whenever this ends, you will be able to decide where you go next. And you'll be able to decide it when. See, where do I go next? That's one of those negative fantasies, those negative prophecies that don't benefit us at all. It's like, and I always reduce it to the most mundane. And it's like you're sitting at I don't want to say a bar. Say you're sitting in Starbucks and there's a girl across the room. You're a guy or you're a girl that likes girls and you want to ask her out. Instead of just going over there and asking her out, you start playing these games in your head. Well, what if I ask her out and she says no? What if I ask her out and she laughs at me? What if I ask her out and she throws her double chocolate mocha fat latte with skim milk in my face? And you waste time, and every minute you waste is a chance you didn't get to take advantage of something. And you have these negative fantasies. Oh, what do I do when I die? Well, what if I go to a bad place? What if I go to a horrible place? What if I go to the wrong place? What do I? No. Go ask the girl to go out and quit worrying about the negative fantasies and just get yourself ready on the inside to have the divinity, sovereignty, and freedom to decide where you go when you die, and quit worrying about where you're going to go when you die, because you're not dead yet. And it doesn't matter to you now. Live in this moment. Maximize this moment. And then Stephen Strickland says, right now is all we can control. And Mitchell, bro, you got to stop this. Mitchell says, prove to me that Jesus isn't who he said he was. Doesn't work that way, cousin. That is a logical fallacy. I don't got to prove to you that somebody wasn't. You got to prove to me that he was. You prove to me that Jesus even existed without using your Bible. Then we'll talk. That's a logical fallacy, Mitchell. And I really don't know if you're ready to be here. I really don't know if you're ready to be here. When are you interviewing Humphreys? I don't even know who Humphreys is. What are we talking about? Who's Humphreys? Who's Humphreys? It looks like I'm gonna interview, what's his name, Cynthia? The guy from Woketown. I think his name is Mark. Looks like we're gonna have a great show together. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Let's see. Deal rightly with now, and next will take care of itself. Or at the very least, deal rightly with now, and you'll be equipped to take care of next when next gets here. I like it. Thank you, Scotty Hall. Says great podcast. Let's see what else we got. The more work we do in this lifetime makes a big impact on what happens next. Ignorance doesn't die when we die, unfortunately. Thank you, Tony. Good comment. Good comment. Let's see what else we got. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We here are caught up. The number 0 is perfect balance, says Joe Montoya randomly. All right. You can't decide which fork in the road until you reach the fork in the road. And somebody said, when you get to the fork in the road, take it. Well, which way? Well, you'll know when you get there. If you've done the inside work, if you stop believing and start knowing, ladies and gentlemen, you are divine, you are sovereign, you are free. You've got the spark of divinity in you. You're not born with original sin. You got the spark of divinity within. And you can live a life that is abundant. You can have peace that passes all understanding. Things are not bad and getting worse. Things are good and getting gooder. We are the last generation of real humans. And we are well able to do this job. They say winners write history. Great, because there's 40,000 plus winners right here. We're going to win today. We're going to write a better tomorrow. There's never been a better time, ladies and gentlemen, for you to unindoctrinate yourself. I appreciate every single one of you. You are my cousins. We are in the world changing business, and cousins, that business is a booming. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We'll see you all again real soon.